Hey guys, Kevin Cage back with another daily cryptocurrency update. Welcome to the channel. Like and subscribe if you like what we see, and let's get right into the information today. One take, uncut. I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet. So, Stephen D up sharing this. I know many of you have already seen this. Cryptocurrencies Australian zone for all of you fellow Aussies out there, or Aussies, I should say. And again, there are more Australians owning XRP than Ethereum, according to the Independent Reserve Australian Crypto Exchange. Now, this isn't really surprising. Obviously, we know Bitcoin's had multiple booms. We know Ethereum had that boom from $10 to $1,400 within 1 year. Granted, there's a massive retracement. And then XRP, people are saying, oh, well, I don't want to touch it. It's one of the worst performing cryptocurrencies in terms of price performance in 2019. But you're neglecting the fact that it was one of the best performers for the past several years as well. And when I say several, I guess that's an exaggeration. I should say past 1 or 2 years. Now, keep in mind, you want to purchase things when they're in the red. Now, that is not the only buy sign, obviously. There are fundamentals you want to pay attention to. But out of any other cryptocurrency or digital asset, I should say, in this space, XRP has the strongest fundamentals, a true team developing behind them and pushing for the adoption on a daily basis. Not financial advice, one man's opinion. Please do your own research. But I would like to bet, my reputation that XRP will be a top performing digital asset in the future. And I know many of you that watch this channel are well aware. All right, next, Roses on the Moon just shared this. So we're actually seeing various banks, right? And we can see all these domestic wire transfers. Now, the main problems that plague the money transfer industry are regulations, the overwhelming number of middlemen, intermediaries, and high commission fees. Now, in 2017 alone, migrants, of course, this is remittance payments, something that XRP is working on helping with and removing friction, sent $450 billion to their home country, with $32 billion being claimed by the providers as transaction fees. Do I need to, address this again? 32 billion, guys, out of 450 billion, that is over 7% fees altogether. We already know the fees for XRP are minuscule, virtually free, especially compared to Bitcoin, far more scalable. And again, this is actually one of the use cases that XRP is built for. So just keep that in mind. And we are just looking at these prices. When you're looking at price predictions, I don't do price predictions. I'm looking at the current problems where XRP can resolve this and how much money's flowing through that. And obviously, if it's at 100%, you can, do the math. But again, there are so many other factors and multiplier effects that I've covered in past videos. So be sure to check out that cryptocurrency playlist on my channel. All right, next, Crypto Captain just sharing this article by Bloomberg. So they're actually just talking about these reverse repo pools. Now, this is exactly why the world needs XRP. When foreign central banks tap the foreign reserve repo pool, I believe, it sucks reserves out of the system, working against the central bank's efforts to replenish the supply. One of the reasons why repo went haywire several months ago is that the reserves or banks' excess cash that was parked at the Fed got too scarce, and that they're doing so much lending now, obviously, and supposedly this is extended until January 14th. I'm hoping that it does not go much further. And again, a lot of people in the XRP community are speculating that we will see a huge boom within, by end of next month. And obviously, it's frustrating as an, investor. That's why I want to emphasize that you should be here holding for several years, especially if you're holding over a year in the United States. You get various capital gains and tax benefits, accompanied with that, providing you're not swing trading too much. So guys, what I'm saying is, there's a lot of things happening. CoinMarketCap came out and said that their target for the liquidity metric for cryptocurrencies, not the exchanges, they've already gotten that, is June. Now, there's also all kinds of AML and I believe, your KYC laws that are coming in June as well. So there's a lot of things happening, and I just really want to emphasize that. Now, along with that, in June, they want to have things ready before that. Now, there's also laws in Germany, we know, allowing banks to custody and actually hold digital assets in 2020. If that does not validate the space for cryptocurrencies, the open source protocols, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, all of these assets, I don't know what to tell you guys, because they've been scooping them up since 2015, if not before. And also, hedge funds now, starting in 2020, can legally hold cryptocurrency. Where will they custody it? Will they spend the billions of dollars to develop their own infrastructure that, obviously would take a lot of time to ensure their own compliancy as well? Or would they be better off using a custody group or institutional service such as Polisci? And we've been discussing them forever regarding a third-party institutional custody platform. And this is what I want to talk about. So again, repo pool, I guess this isn't really relevant. I just wanted to show, it is relevant because all these global events talking about parking cash. But again, we want to be able to reduce this and have on-demand liquidity for all things. So XRP obviously has a huge part to play. And then basically, so Polisci, institutional grade custody for digital assets, guys. We already know Arthur Brito. We know the founders that created this. When you look at Polisci, they're only following two people, Brad Garlinghouse, CEO, and David Schwartz, CTO of Ripple. And again, he's buddy with Arthur Brito, the other architect on the XRP ledger. Now pay attention, this is a monster waiting to happen. Right here, scale trillions of dollars under management. Scalability will be key, and it's my belief that this is a secret hidden giant, and I know even Digital Asset Investor has said this. 2020, Polisci makes a power move, and it's because they've also recently been saying they're hiring, and again, this was in 2018, but they are just working behind the scenes, guys. There's a lot going on, and custody will be absolutely massive. It will not only be cryptocurrencies, it will be digital assets. So whether that is tokenized properties and real estates, tokenized precious metals, stocks, anything running on the blockchain. We've heard the news of China releasing ETFs on blockchain technology. So granted, it's not, Bitcoin, but they are actually the technology and stocks running on blockchain. So it's just honestly just validating the investment further and further. And yes, this all has to do with XRP, global regulation, global commerce. All of this is going to influence the way and the speed of adoption. All right, we'll finish off with this last one right here. So we got XRP_Stewart. So Stewart XRP, highly recommend you check him out. And Ripple partner Instarem. Now they've changed their name to Neum. I believe that's how you pronounce it. It is Nium, and they use on-demand liquidity, of course. Now they're super excited. The end of the year announcement that they have fund transfer service provider license in Japan. So again, we always hear these predictions. They're excited to launch into Japan by the end of Q1, and they will be active brands. Now, for those of you that do not know, Neum, formerly Instarem, and I know we've talked about them in the past, are expanding into Indonesia. We know Southeast Asia is a crazy, crazy market and it's in dire need for a protocol of interoperability and instant liquidity. So keep that in mind, guys. If you want to read this as well, we have, right in Indonesia to send money to over 60 destinations globally. There's just a lot of needs for everyday people, and then going back to roses on the moon. And this was only just a few banks. Bank of America, got Capital One 360, Chase, Citi, Fidelity. And a lot of people are speculating it would not be surprising to see Fidelity or these huge players buy Coinbase someday instead of trying to develop their own protocol and their own platform altogether, because obviously that would take years. Remember, governments and huge groups, they don't really spend time developing their own. They let all the other guys get a successful startup and then purchase them. All right? They adopt. They do not create. And I want to just keep saying that. So guys, I feel like I've rambled on enough. I am excited. I hope everybody has a happy new year tomorrow. Just wanted to give you a quick update on things. And basically the biggest things that I'm saying is looking forward to January 2020, how soon things will enact with, cryptocurrency laws in Germany, the Chinese trade deal, custodying digital assets, hedge funds being able to hold cryptocurrency. All of this has huge implications and ramifications and a rippling effect, pun intended. So again, guys, appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video.